Hello everyone and welcome to Game 2 in the series between BratOk versus Slivko. Game 2 taking place here on Terminus Ray. First thing I'll note that this is going to be cross spawns here as we see the red Terran player BratOk spawning here at the 6 o'clock position. Meanwhile, Slivko spawning here as the light blue Zerg at the 12 o'clock position. So once again, Terran versus Zerg. Let's take a look at the version of the map. There are no destructible rocks here, but there are destructible debris here at the third base. We'll see what the strategies will be as Zerglings may try to take down this set of destructible rocks rather quickly, and these players should be able to get up a strong economic opening. Front door is going to be placed down with the supply depot off over here. Natural expansions will be easy to take, and so will that third base, as it is very well protected. The common choke point is going to be this area right here, so players may just wall off or get a lot of spine crawlers, siege tanks in that location there to be able to just really macro up. I expect this to be a very macro oriented game. As the game is now underway, we are going for a high ground barracks first, and then we'll see what it will be followed up with. Taking a look at the strategy of Slivko. Slivko so far just mining away, hasn't really done anything as of yet. We could be going into perhaps a 15 hatch, and that does seem to be the case as we now see the drone now making his way over to the 12 o'clock location. You can see the hatchery already being placed down. There we go. Meanwhile, a drone now scouting in a clockwise direction will not find his opponent for quite some time. And I believe it's been a little bit of time since I've actually cast a game on Terminus. It was really popular in the tournament ladder map pool for a little bit of time, and now perhaps going a little bit out of favor as we now see an SEV doing a straight cross spawn check. Alright, this is going to be really good news for BratOk. BratOk is going to be able to come inside here, take a look around. We see a gasless opening coming in this time from Slivko. We'll see if he does get that extractor a little bit later, or if he's just going to try to go for very heavy economic opening. SCV just wandering and meandering his way through the drones there, trying to see if a gas is going to be taken. It does not look like it. We can see that the front door supply depot has been placed down already. A Marine able to shoo away that drone, and now this drone with very limited vision just knows where his opponent has spawned, and that is essentially it. Command center has been placed down, an economic opening already being started here. It looks as though the barracks has been moved for an eventual add-on, and we'll see what add-on will be placed down there. We already have a refinery. Factory should be placed down sometime soon. No, the barracks is going to be placed down again, so it is not going to be a fast factory at all. 2 racks play coming in. Slivko is going to get up a queen, but the units are going to have a little bit of a long walk before they actually get into each other's base. The Marines are going to be reactor trained off here, as we now see that there is this one particular barracks and now establishing a bunker down in this location, and we are now going into even a third racks, so an expansion into a single gas, a 3 racks play, and we may see a lot of pressure simply off of bio units. Command center about to be completed, needs about another 20 seconds or so. And now we'll see Zerglings poking away at these destructible rocks. Normally the expansion would already be taken. Now you can see that he is floating a lot of minerals right now, but it's going to take some time in order to actually get these rocks down. Alright, Queen is trying to set up here. Perhaps we will get another inject and also try to go into some early creep tumors. Queen now making her way down, and we are going to see a lot of queens in play. You can see a queen did come in off over here. A queen is already here, and the queens could try to take down those destructible rocks, but the queens have an even more difficult time than these Zerglings. The Zerglings deal, I believe, 2 damage per attack. Meanwhile, the queens, who normally deal 8 damage, only deal 2 damage per attack, and they attack even more slowly than those Zerglings. Creep tumors are being placed down here. We are going very heavy into triple racks play. Marauders being added. Supply depots also being placed down as well. The Marauders and the Marines could perhaps try to destroy these rocks in order to establish up a base. The Marauders have a much easier time, as those Zerglings, through hard work and dedication, will be able to take down these rocks soon. Alright, spine crawlers are being established. Roach Warren on the front door. Queen gonna make her way over there. We could see a creep tumor established but it doesn't look like it. No, the Queen just taking her time, adding on a little bit more damage as well. Zergling should be able to finish that off in just a second. And here we go. A lot of Queens, a lot of creep tumors, and a hatchery already being placed down at about the 7-minute mark. Marines still being trained. I don't see a factory as of yet, so we are still not yet going into medevacs. So this is a rather strange build coming in from BratOk. Normally those medevacs do allow those Marines and the Marauders to stay alive much, much longer. And it's been a while since I've seen this sort of style of play where a Terran player doesn't go for a factory, doesn't go for Hellions. And now Slivko may be expecting that there may be perhaps some Banshees coming in as we are at the 8-minute mark. We do see a Baneling's Nest will be completed, double evolution chambers for double upgrades. And this, if it is a 2-base timing, could work out well as long as BratOk does finish all of these upgrades in time. Yes, he does finish all of these upgrades in time. Stim, combat shield. Does he have concussive shell? I do not believe so. No, not concussive shells, as the one poor roach quickly gets taken down. 3 SCVs in the front. There are a lot of creep tumors. No chances of any bunkers being placed down. But this is going to be a rather large group as there is one spine crawler. And here we go. Marines trying to try to engage. The Marines, Marauders engaging off over here. A lot of damage being dealt, a lot of Queens in this engagement, and this may be the one thing that actually saves from this attack. The Queens are not hitting their injects right now, though, as Queens are falling. We do have 9 Roaches following this up, as the Spine Crawler will fall. The Marauders and the Marines now trying to make their way in. Roaches, drones are going to get taken down. More and more Roaches are coming in. Drones now backing off. Where are they going to go, as the Marines are now attacking Overlords as well? One Overlord may get taken down. Roaches are going to fall. More Roaches trying to be added. They are not coming in at the right time, though, as the Roaches are getting slowed down with the concussive shell now just being completed. The Roaches, however, are on creep and able to chase a little bit better, but new Marauders and Marines do arrive in time, slowing, and a nice counter push again. More Roaches trying to come back in. A Spine Crawler now trying to be added as well. It does take a little bit of time to root this, as the Zerglings are going to engage, and a little bit of an exchange back and forth. Zerg taking much more damage, but without a really strong follow-up play. The command center being a little bit late. I think Slivko has hit a good timing, and the next attack will not work out. 52 drones versus 40 SCVs, and that was such a close breaking point by Slivko that Slivko was able to defend against. Command center is off over here. We'll see what the follow-up will be. The Marauders and the Marines perhaps knew about that expansion just based upon the creep over there. We are going into Starport. We are getting on a reactor as well, adding on a tech lab onto some other buildings. So this may just be heavy bioplay without any siege tanks. Marauders and Marines should be able to take down these rocks in just a matter of seconds. Level 1 armor upgrades already coming in for those Zerglings, and the Roaches. And the Roaches, I don't see level 1 weapons upgrade, even though we have double evolution chambers. A little bit of a curious move by Slivko, as we already see that the destructible rocks have been destroyed. BratOk may be able to follow this up once more. Will he perhaps get some medevacs? Yes, the medevacs need to rally to the other side of the field, and this next timing should work out well if those medevacs do arrive and perhaps do a little bit more of a push. The Roaches do not have movement speed upgrade yet, and that is going to be a huge advantage, as the Marines with Stim should be able to kite all of these units rather easily. Those early Queens really making the difference there. A lot of creep, making it very difficult for Zerg or to fight a Zerg player, as Roaches move very quickly along with Zerglings who move ridiculously fast on creep. All right. What are we going to see here? Marauders and Marines are gathering together. We are getting up another medevac. Not quite sure why we are not double training them at this point. Needs to get up a lot more. And here we go. Roach is getting caught out of position. The Banelings are going to try to come in. And a little bit of a split there. Nicely done. The Roach is trying to follow it up. But no, BratOk really doing a great job here. A lot of Zerglings are going to be hatched here in just a second. The Spine Crawler not going to last very long at all. Only getting in 2 hits. And in comes, down goes a Queen. As the Zerglings and all the units are going to try to engage. We can see that the Spire is back over here. Is it going to get sniped down? Is the key question. We do see Infestors now coming in as well. The Roach is going to battle it up. Banelings going to trap a lot of these Marines and the Marauders, and this attack will get stopped. Not many units left for BratOk. All right, excuse me. A fourth base now being established by Slivko in the center portion of the map. The Marine over here does spot this. So yes, that has been scouted out already. Metavacs now backing away as the Zerglings and those roaches are just coming back across the center. Metavac now looking to do a drop inside the main base, may be successful since he's been only trying to come in through the front door. And there may not be enough to really stop this drop just quite yet. Here we go. The Metavac, is it going to try to drop? Yes, it is going to try to drop in the fog of war. It does spot the Metavac and some Marines. And here we go. Units are coming in now. Zerglings are going to be able to make their way over. Drones are falling and stopping a lot of that tech now. Going to take down that the spawning pool. Spawning pool already down to 600 some odd hit points. The Zerglings now with 1-1 upgrades. Marines are also upgraded 1-1 in a very good position by BratOk, taking down many more Zerglings than they normally should. And there you go. Picking up the units. Banelings beautifully traded by BratOk, but now not so good trades over here by the roaches, as now Marines and Marauders finish off the hatchery here before any drones are able to even come over to mine. A loss of 300 resources rather quickly, but Slivko is sitting at tier 3 now. We can see a new command center now being built. BratOk in a good position, good saturation. Harvester count 71 to 80. The Marines and the Marauders are backing away. Level 2 weapons upgrade and armor upgrades coming in. Banelings, Zerglings, and everything looking very good. Slivko, however, does have Infestors, and without the help of any siege tanks, I don't know how effective this massive bio play is going to be. The Marauders and the Marines really fall victim to those Infestors. The Infestors have a decent range, and because of their range, that may be the one issue. Marines are just all trying to be positioned all across the map. Infestor is now making a move across the center here. Creep tumors are being added. No ravens that I have spotted, so these creep tumors will only get cleaned up. You can see a drone now getting canceled here. Are we going to perhaps go for a drop? Yes, the drop is now landing in the third base location. Drones are going to get taken down. Marauders coming over. Zerglings now trying to make their way in. It looks like they will be able to come in. One poor Marine being left behind, but now we could have an attack on the front door. Yes, the front door is ripe for the picking. It's a bad day to be a creep tumor right now. Scanner sweep revealing them all. Going to, oh, why did you not take this one out? As another drop now happening over here at the main base. Banelings going to get clean, or getting to clean that up. But BratOk doing some brilliant trades so far, as Zerglings and roaches are just constantly trying to fight in multiple locations. That is not the place or the strategy that you want. BratOk now looking to establish up and hide an expansion off over here. There is an overseer up here, but it's not, as long as there's no Congo line of SCVs, it's not going to get spotted. Hatchery now coming in. We see another drop once more. If at first you don't succeed, try the same strategy again and again. Spawning pool doesn't look like it will get taken down. Infestors are going to be coming in with the fungal growth. The spawning pool does get destroyed, though, as the Zerglings really just over swarming here. And now this hatchery is going to fall. Hatchery already going to get canceled once more. Another drone taken down. The Zerglings are upgraded 2-1. The Marines are going to be upgraded 2-2. And BratOk doing a great job, as another Marauder drop here, not really working out all too well. Units are just constantly swarming, and it looked like a Marauder was dropped in order to try to trade for Banelings once again. I believe the Overseer did spot those. Yes, he did spot these SCVs trying to come in. There is going to be a planetary fortress there, though. And with no Mutalisk in the air, only a Greater Spire. I haven't even seen a single air unit. We'll see what Slivko tries to do. That's a very expensive building that's not doing much of anything. We are now replacing that spawning pool, and also 5 Infestors making their way across the field. Just heavy Terran bio. And here we go. Oh, a massive fungal growth in the center. Both sides trying to gain another fungal growth. This is not going well for BratOk, but not going well for Slivko either. Who's going to come out on top here? 3-3 upgrades to Zerglings, Banelings, another fungal growth. And wow, BratOk losing a lot more units here. Slivko showing how strong he possibly can be with all of these units. You see a large number of Metavacs, but they are not nearby a whole bunch of units, so they are not going to be able to heal very much of anything. The Infestors, could be able to fungal growth all of these Metavacs here. That would be a horrible nightmare as the Marauders come out to try to take down a couple of those Infestors. A little bit of a nice trade, as who's going to come out on top. The Metavacs are the majority of this fight, and so many Metavacs getting fungal growth there. Another fungal fungal growth, chain fungal growth. That is going to be taking down so many units. Are we going to perhaps get another one as the Zerglings now trying to swarm in? Slivko does have a slight advantage in terms of overall supply. The medevacs are trying to come back in as well. The roaches and the Zerglings now backing away, as we are going to perhaps have a baneling crash on the front door. Still, medevac here not going to be able to do much of anything as another fungal growth coming in. This was my concern, as the infestors are able to land fungal growths without fear of siege tanks. BratOk now trying to take up another expansion. Zerglings now perhaps going to try to charge down in here as well. A medevac looking to do another main drop. Banelings are going to try to crash in on this front door. Are they going to find anything is the key question. Taking down a lot of Marines. The front door is completely wide open. And what is happening? Roach is trying to engage. Nothing inside the bunker. More Marines coming in. One Marine does get inside the bunker off over here. Roach is still engaging. But how much damage can these Zerglings do? Zerglings now attacking a lot. SCVs coming off the mineral line in order to repair the bunker here. It looks like it will be successful. Infestors now going to get destroyed. And I believe Slivko has just pushed simply far too far in. SCV count 63 compared to 77. Banelings are going to be added once more. That is a lot of Banelings to be morphing in the middle of the field. As another medevac tries to finally clean up this hatchery, it looks like it will be completed. Queens now making their way over, and it is going to snipe down this medevac here. This medevac from BratOk has to be very careful. That is a full medevac. That is just going to simply fly away once more. Planetary Fortress in the center. BratOk still in this game. Now with a 20 or about a 15 supply advantage. And this is huge. A 2-1 versus a 3-3 Terran army. But BratOk hasn't really been able to deal enough damage here. Banelings not being traded very well. So this might be exactly what the doctor ordered, as the Zerglings now try to crash in here. Zerglings taking down multiple siege tanks. Marines are all split up for the eventual Banelings. Too many medevacs, not enough bio, as the Marines and the Marauders are still coming in to reinforce. What's going to happen here? Are the Marines going to perhaps try to back away? Another Baneling splash hitting across multiple units. So many medevacs here. The medevacs could be repaired. Let's see how many medevacs are on the field. 14 medevacs. And all it would take is one bad fungal growth like that. And wow. These medevacs are going to all just simply get destroyed. Medevac now down to 7. Is it enough? BratOk sitting on still a 30 supply advantage, continuing this push in. Slivko is going to be forced to back off here. And now with this hatchery gone, Slivko's chances of amassing a comeback are dwindling. All right. Here we go. What's going to happen next? Natural expansion pretty much mined out. Oversaturation, only 15 minerals left there. You can see another expansion coming in here by BratOk. He is looking very, very strong at this stage. Planetary fortresses in all the right places in order to defend. Medevacs will need to be retrained, already back up to 10. Banelings now trying to make their way in. Zerglings now trying to swarm in, but all those Banelings can really do, well, they could easily take down this command center here since it is not yet a planetary fortress. There's another fungal growth. BratOk is trading extremely well, but unable to get the victory as BratOk evens up the series at 1 game apiece. Brilliant, brilliant playing by BratOk this time around, as Slivko was constantly trying to set up his expansions, but had to deal with multiple drops. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Stay tuned for Game 3.